Morning everyone. Not gonna lie, this is just one of those days where you wake up feeling really rough. Oh, and I just want to crawl back into bed. As usual, prep my eyes, prep my lips. My First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair BarriAIR cream. I have to pronounce it BarriAIR. Oh, I did go for a quick trim yesterday at my nearby EC house. Ken would be so thrilled. Every time he cuts my hair and there's a long break in between my visits to the salon, I will sometimes have gone to like QB house or EC house to get my hair trimmed in between, and then he'll be trimming it and be like, you'll see this look come over his face like, what happened to the ends? Poor cat. It's a little bit short for my liking, as in I didn't intend for it to be this short, but then again it will grow up. My hair grows up really fast, so I might as well cut it a little bit shorter. It's a different sort of a look, I guess. So what have you guys been up to? I mean, if you're Chinese, you're probably preparing for Lunar New Year celebrations. If you're not, are you preparing for Valentine's? Do you have plans? Or are you anti-Valentine's? Oh, do also note that I will switch out my day cream, usually depending on what kind of foundation I'm going to be wearing later on. And today I'm going to be wearing quite a rich and creamy formula foundation, so I don't want something that's too heavy and rich on its own underneath that as well. Everything will just slide off my face. So I love the Fat Beauty Ultra Repair BarriAIR cream. It's a little bit tricky to use because you have to smooth it on, pat it in, and then leave it so that you don't disturb the film that forms over your face because it could rub off. But after that, makeup sits okay on top of it. And this keeps my skin very calm, hydrated but not dewy. So I like it for hot days if I know I'm going to be sweating, if I know I'm going to get oily. And it does seem to help me produce a little bit less oil through the day, but that's just me. If you've ever wondered what I do with this, I use it to break up the pencil lines so that it looks natural again. The whole point is you want to break up the lines because you don't want to see your pencil marks. I'm going to a Cle de Peau event later, so I'm going to be bougie today and wear bougie foundation from Cle de Peau. I have a tan, and this shade is 020, which is, well, it should be a perfect match for me. It's usually a little bit deep, and this is a really beautiful cream foundation. If you have dry skin or you like that dewy glow, it's almost like, you know, you took BB cushion formulas and put it into a tube, but made it more luxurious and more pigmented even. As always, my blender is cleaned, washed, squeezed dry so that it's expanded to the maximum size but it doesn't feel wet against your skin. To me, this kind of feels like tinted moisturizer in texture. It's very creamy, it's very smoothing. It sort of plumps out fine lines as well. It's almost like it's part moisturizer, but it has medium coverage. I wouldn't build this up too much just because it is so dewy. You know, sometimes when you work in light layers, things adhere and sit nicely. And if you try and build up too many layers, things just don't set and they don't sit and they shift around. Okay, great looking skin. I'm already looking healthier and everything. I do love a lot of the Cle de Peau foundations, the Radiant Liquid Foundation as well as the cream. The catch though is this is 180 bucks. 180 bucks. So yeah, go for it if you're feeling like pampering yourself. Now, a lot of people don't realize that you have to give your foundation a couple of minutes to really set and adhere to your skin before you go in with, you know, your concealer, your blush, your powder and everything else. If you go in directly with a little loose powder or whatever it is, things can sometimes slide around, or if you layer more products on top of it, you will find that it can affect the foundation's ability to sit and lock onto your skin. So if you are impatient and you want to move on to the next step quickly and not sit around and wait, take a clean sheet of tissue and just press. Don't rub, you know. Just press it on and lift, and this will take away a teeny tiny bit of coverage, obviously, but it also takes away excess moisture. And if you go in with concealer and powder now, it will sit a lot nicer. This is especially true for creamier, more hydrating foundations. There's a lot of excess moisture that is just not going anywhere. It's just sitting on the surface of your skin. Now for concealing, I am going to go back, since I'm doing Cle de Peau, I might as well just go all the way. I have several shades of their stick concealer, the classic one that's such a huge seller. So I'm gonna check if I'm almond or if I'm beige right now because of the tan. I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna go with beige. I do sometimes wish that this came in a slimline pencil like the By Terry ones, because those were so easy to just swipe under the eyes. But the coverage and the corrective properties of this concealer are amazing. There is a reason people love this. It is a waxy formula after all, so the lasting power is not usually going to match liquid cream concealers that set. However, this still lasts pretty well, and it's pretty crease resistant considering it's a creamy formula. And the main thing about this, I also feel, is that for the amount of coverage and correction it does, it really sits beautifully in the skin and melts right in with whatever foundation you have on, and it looks just like skin. It isn't heavy and, you know, textured and thick like wax concealers are. Not sure what sort of a lip I'm going to do today yet, so I'm just going to go with something that goes with most colors, and this is my Albion Elegance RD303. It's one of my staples. That's a pretty intense flush I have going on, so I sometimes go back over with the Beauty Blender site that already has some foundation on it, and then I'll go right over top of the skin. I am going in with the Stardust Radiant Glow palette from Laura Mercier, and I'm sorry if you didn't get this during the holidays. I believe there are usually still some units available after the holidays, so you may want to go check your nearest Sephora and see. But I love this palette. It's so beautiful. I know there is the other one with the silky slushy textured metallic ones, but don't sleep on this one. I think a lot of people kind of just went straight to the other palette and then just forgot this one, but it is beautiful. The thing is, this would suit, I feel, people with medium skin tone more, because two of these shades are just a little bit deep for pale skins. I'm not especially pale right now, but I still wouldn't be able to wear this shade directly, if you get what I mean. So I like to mix these two. So these two together just make this most beautiful, soft, nude kind of a glow. And it's very, very multi-dimensional. It doesn't look flat or fake on the skin. Can you see that? Oh, it's so pretty. I'm not going too crazy because it's a lunch event and I'll be sitting around with people and talking up close. So metallic highlighter is not a very pretty thing to stare at up close. And I do mean that. I like to go on my brow bone and above here. And I was kind of thinking skipping it because no one's gonna see my brows anyway. But never mind. Okay. Look at that. Glow on. I am going to recreate the look that I showed on Instagram stories yesterday, where I just used a metallic bronze shadow stick to just do a very, very quick eye. But I'm gonna add a little bit of a twist today. So the first step would be what you would do in the daytime, and then I'm gonna add on more stuff and layer on more stuff. So that would be a nighttime appropriate look. Blend out the edges before it sets. You just spread it out. Check the inner corners so it's not patchy or uneven, because sometimes people miss that. And then just blend it up and out. But do not rub around the middle of your lid too much, because you want the shadow to stay concentrated there, because that's what makes it look so shiny and metallic. And that is all. I'm gonna run along my lower lash line as well because I like the gleam. Let me show you. Again, like I mentioned on IG stories, do not do this with a very dark shade unless you want that very smoky, smudgy look. One eye, done. I only need mascara now, maybe a little bit of liner if you want it, but that's optional too, and that is it. One metallic mid-tone brown or bronze, kind of a neutral shade, will take you a very, very long way, because it kind of looks like you have 2 or 3 shades going on your eye because of how dimensional it is. Going to darken under my lashes with liquid liner. So you can see this eye is very much more defined, but it doesn't look like eyeliner. And this eye is just, can you see the lashes don't even look as visible as this side? Here is MAC's Shiny Pretty Shadow in Just Chilling. Now this is the icy silver one. I kind of wanted an ashier sort of brown so that, you know, it wouldn't be overly warm toned today. Oh yeah. I don't want it to take over the whole eye, so I'm going mostly in the center and then spreading out by tapping. It's looking pretty, but I think, you know what, the silver sparkle is kind of making my lash line disappear now. So I'm going to go in with liquid liner again, just to darken the lash line on top. I don't want a defined line, so while it's wet, I'm smudging it in. By the way, this is stuck to the lid because of the cream shadow below. So the cream shadow acts as a base. So this glitter is not going to be falling all over your face. This almost feels more New Year's Eve party than Lunar New Year, but I would happily wear this any day. Now to the problem of lips. I think I'm going to be wearing white and dark winter green, so yeah, about the same color as my nails. This one is a lipstick cashmere, so it's one of the matte formula lipsticks from Cle de Peau, and this is the shade 104 Decadent. I always love me a good burgundy. Oh, okay, I think I'm going with this one. Again, I think I'm gonna go sheer. My eyes are kind of dramatic, so I don't want this to be like a very full-on opaque lip with, you know, very sharp edges.